I was talking with a group of students after a presentation at a leadership conference, and one of the students asked me, how could they do what I do? They wondered what was the process of becoming a speaker. What did they have to go through to get an opportunity to stand on a stage or to present a workshop or a seminar? And I gave them some tips, some insights on crafting their story, and then beginning the process of being able to share that story with other people. I thought back on that conversation a little while ago, and I realized that it was a huge piece that I left out of the discussion. The student was asking me, how can I do what you're doing? But what I failed to share with them was the reality that in order to do what I'm doing, you have to be willing to do what I've done. And this is what happens to us when we see people who we think are living their best life, or they have some advantage that we want. They have some platform that we want. They have some opportunity that we want. And we want to be like them. We want to do what they're doing, but we haven't questioned what they've done. And for the student, I failed to share that there's a story behind this. There's the story of the first group of emails that I sent out to schools asking if there was an interest in a speaker to come and talk to students, and receiving an email reply that just shattered me. I got an email back from someone who pointed out the errors in my sentence structure and my typographical mistakes, and said that no one would be willing to hire a speaker or bring in a speaker who couldn't put together a decent email. And then, I guess out of the kindness of their heart, this person went on to rewrite the email how they thought it was supposed to sound. Now, that experience could have crushed me, but I took the advice that was given to me and I started repackaging my emails. That didn't meet with instant success. There have been thousands of emails. There have been hundreds of rejections. And for every opportunity won or granted or gained, there are 100 of no's. There are hundreds of closed doors behind that one opportunity. I forgot to tell them that in order to do this, you have to be okay with rejection. You have to be okay with people saying no. You have to be okay with people not trusting you because you're not well known and because you haven't made enough of a ripple effect for people to recognize your name when you see that email. I forgot to tell them that standing on a stage or standing in a classroom or presenting in a conference room or having your name on a flyer comes on the other side of that rejection, on the other side of that disappointment, on the other side of people saying no. And if you can embrace those moments, if you can embrace the letdowns, if you can learn the lessons from those experiences, tweak whatever you're doing, make the adjustments, and keep going, then one day you'll have the opportunity to stand where I'm standing now. But in order to truly do what I'm doing, you have to be willing to do what I've done. And as you think about where you're trying to go in life, if you want to do something that you've never done before, if you want to have that influence, if you want to have that success, if you want to have those opportunities, if you want to get those chances, if you want to do the things that you've never done before, you have to be willing to do the things that you've never done before. I've heard it put this way: in order to do the things that you want to do, you have to do the things that you have to do. And the things that you want to do are always on the other side of the things that you have to do. So ask yourself, am I willing to do what I've never done before so that I can do what I've never done before?